Can you release your music to multiple places online? The short answer is yes. The longer answer is it's complicated. So in this video, we're going to make it super simple. Let's go. So it has never been easier to release your music online to Spotify and Apple Music and all the places. I use DistroKid. There's a link down in the description where you can save yourself 7% off your first year. But once you've released your song to Apple Music and to Deezer and to Amazon and all the places, can you then go ahead and release it elsewhere? And vice versa, what if you've got a song on SoundCloud or you've got it on YouTube already? Can you then release it using DistroKid or another distributor? Well, that's what we're going to jump into right now. When you use a distributor like DistroKid to release your music, they send it out to a bunch of different platforms. You can see here my music is on TikTok and Spotify and Pandora and iTunes and Amazon and a whole bunch of other places. It's even on YouTube, and that's where it starts confusing folks, because can you then use your song and release it manually to some platforms? Well, the answer is yes, but you do have to be careful. Let's start with YouTube. Now, if you've released a song using DistroKid, you can also release it to YouTube separately. So here's my song Murdering Time. I've actually uploaded a version of this before I'd even released it using DistroKid so I could share it on my own YouTube channel, which is my Studio Live Today channel. You'll also notice, however, that because I then released it using DistroKid, it has put another version here under this, my topic channel. Now, I'll explain a bit more about topic channels, artist channels, and independent channels as we go through. But keep in mind that this is completely separate from my YouTube channel. So the fact that it has released these are the YouTube music versions of these that are put under my topic channel. Now, when you release your first song, you'll probably go onto a various artist topic channel. And then as you release more music, they will be added to your topic channel. But keep in mind that this is completely separate and you don't have any control over your topic channel, but it does mean that you can then release your own song on your own channel as well. However, if you choose to add YouTube Content ID when you release using DistroKid or any other distributor, then it will actually put a copyright claim on your song if you use it in a video on your own YouTube channel. Now, that is what it's supposed to do, because the purpose of adding YouTube Content ID, and here with DistroKid, it'll cost you $4.95 per year, and they'll keep 20% of any of the YouTube revenue, is that if someone else then uses your song on YouTube, it will identify that, and then any monetization that they make from that song will be sent back to you. I personally don't recommend Content ID because the likelihood of someone using your song and the likelihood that you'll make a whole bunch of royalties from that is pretty slim. But if you want to add it, you can. Just keep in mind that if you then release your own YouTube video and you have Content ID enabled, it will actually put a copyright claim to you for your own song. So keep that in mind. The last thing to explain about YouTube is the difference between an artist channel and a topic channel. So you saw before that I have a topic channel and I have my own personal channel here on YouTube. My friend Gary Hubbs has actually converted his topic channel into an artist channel. And the cool thing is that DistroKid can actually help you do this. You can apply to have your artist channel approved. And you know that it's an artist channel because it's got a little music note there. And when you hover over it, it says official artist channel. The difference here is that Gary can actually upload his own videos as well as have the official releases that are released via DistroKid or any other distributor right here on his channel. So it gives him more control over all the things that are released onto YouTube, including the stuff that goes through a distributor. Now, why do I not have an artist channel? Well, the main reason is that this channel, my Studio Live Today channel, is mainly educational content. If I convert it to an artist channel, it gets optimized for releasing music. And while I do release music on my channel, it is not my main fundamental purpose. Another popular place for sharing music is SoundCloud. Now, can you release to SoundCloud as well as using a distributor, as well as releasing to YouTube? Yes, you can, especially if you're using the free SoundCloud account here. That's what I use here. You can upload to SoundCloud because it is completely separate from all of the other services. So even if you release through DistroKid, DistroKid will not release to SoundCloud. You can still choose to release to SoundCloud separately. Now, if you do upgrade your SoundCloud account and you go to the Pro or especially the Repost account, that's where things get a little bit murkier because the Repost account will actually distribute your tracks to other platforms. So do keep that in mind because you generally don't want to be using more than one distributor, because if you try to send a track from DistroKid and then from SoundCloud Repost or CD Baby or anyone else, it can cause conflict. And Apple Music and Spotify in particular really don't like it when you have any conflict, because if they identify a duplicate song, because so many artists recently have been trying to remove and then re-release the same song multiple times to try and get on playlists or to try and re-promote, they're actually really cracking down on that. So once your song is out there via a distributor, don't try and re-release it using any other sort of distributor. However, if you just want to release to SoundCloud directly using the free or even the pro account, you can go ahead and do that. Another great platform for sharing and selling your music is Bandcamp. Can you release to Bandcamp if you've already released it using a distributor or another platform? Yes, you can. Once again, Bandcamp is completely separate and independent of your distributor. So if you've released via DistroKid or another distributor and it's out there on all the different platforms, and then you still want to set up Bandcamp or any other independent service where you can sell your music online, you can go ahead and do that. There's no exclusivity. It's one of the joys of being independent. Unless you've signed a contract or you're working with a company, then you've got control and you can decide, hey, I want to put it on Bandcamp for $10 and then also sell it on iTunes via a distributor. It is all entirely up to you, because they're separate services. And speaking of separate services, any other independent service is 100% fine, including ones like this, slaps.com. This is DistroKid's own music sharing platform. You can use it if you're a DistroKid member by signing in with your DistroKid account, or you can join 100% for free, even if you don't use DistroKid as a distributor. And this allows you to release music, to share it, to discover other people's tunes. It's a super cool platform. And again, because it's 100% separate and independent, you can release your DistroKid songs to here, or you can release pre-versions or demos or whatever you want to hear, and then release them to DistroKid at a later date. Just keep in mind that anything that's separate, that doesn't release to the same place or doesn't send your music off platform, is going to be 100% okay to share your music. What about using multiple distributors? Let's say you've already released a song with Amuse here, and then you sign up for DistroKid and you want to release your music using DistroKid. Can you do it on two different platforms? Well, if it's the same song going to the same services, I highly recommend not doing that, because as soon as you try and release a song that's already released on a platform like Apple Music and Spotify especially, they're going to reject it, and then they're not going to let you re-release that. If you are moving from one to another, the safest way is to pull down your music, note down the ISRC code and or UPC code, because that can be handy, and you can get that from your current distributor in a bunch of different ways. Just jump into their help section to find out how. But once you've got that, if you're re-releasing, that can make sure it will link back to that original song if you're re-releasing with another distributor. But stay away from trying to release with one distributor and then another one. Even if they go to different platforms, if there's any sort of crossover, it can get super confusing. And worse than that, it can make places like Apple Music and Spotify block you from being able to release your music, and that is super not cool. Got questions about releasing your music online that I didn't cover? Well, drop them down in the comments below and I'd be happy to try and help out where I can. There's also links down there to other videos and a whole bunch of more information about releasing your music. Get out there, get creating, and I'll see you next time.